Greetings, YouTubers, and welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts video. Tonight we're talking about television shows that I grew up watching that I really enjoyed as a child and into my adulthood. Most of these are horror-themed anthology television shows, sci-fi. I think everything is pretty much that except for the Batman box set right there. So I'm going to go through and show you guys some of the things that I have, maybe give you some ideas, and then maybe you can give me some ideas of some things to watch. So get yourselves relaxed, get a beverage and a snack. This may be a longer video. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but the ladies are here tonight, Miss Heidi and Miss Hannah. It's a rainy night here in the great state of Wisconsin, and it's a perfect night to make a video. So let's check these out. So the first show I'm going to talk about is Tales from the Crypt. And I believe this was an HBO series when it started out. It may have went to regular TV over time, and I think it may still be shown in syndication in some places. But this was a really cool show, Tales from the Crypt. It's an anthology kind of taking off from the EC comics. Some of them were like dark humor. A lot of them were horror themed, and they were narrated by the Crypt Keeper. And there was a lot of guest stars in some of these episodes. And there were some pretty big name directors that helped out too. And this is definitely a show that I would recommend. So this is season 1. How many episodes? The complete 6-episode first season. So there's only 6 episodes when they tried it out, and then they just kept renewing it. I think it ended up going for 7 seasons. At least that's what I think. I don't know if there was one after that. I think I have all 7, but this was the complete 2nd season. Yeah, they would try to throw in some adult humor from time to time to kind of break it up a little bit. This one has 18 uncut episodes. You can see there's some famous people. It's one of the Arquettes. I think that's Patricia Arquette and Demi Moore. And Don Rickles, among others. So this was the complete season 2. Season 3. I think since then, these were the first box sets that were released. I think there's a giant one single box set that has everything in it. I don't know if this has a Blu-ray release yet or not. If it does, I wouldn't mind grabbing that. This one has 14 uncut episodes for season 3. There's Andrew McCarthy up there at the top. That's one of the Hemingway girls, I think. Was it Margot? I can't remember. They have some, not a lot, but they do have some special features. Season 4. It's pretty decent makeup effects. This one has 14 episodes in it. It says Brad Pitt is in this season. Treat Williams, Timothy Dalton, That's season 4. The complete season 5. Roger Daltrey is in this one. Steve Buscemi, Tracy Lords, Billy Zane. It even looks like John Stamos right there. It looks like there's 10 episodes in this one. The complete 6th season. Hank Azaria is in here. Isaac Hayes, Richard Lewis, John Lithgow, Wayne Newton, Isabella Rossellini, Rita Rudner, and Humphrey Bogart. That's what it says up here, apparently. Even though, didn't Humphrey Bogart die in the 50s? Or maybe it was the 60s. I think he was one of the earliest members of the Rat Pack, but I think he died pretty early on, so I'm not sure what they mean about. It says right here, Humphrey Bogart. Yeah, you read that right. Are Among the Stars. So this one has 15 episodes in it. And the last one is the 7th season. Like I said, I don't know if they had an 8th. I don't remember. If they do, I'll grab it eventually. But like I said, I would like to get the full set in one box, if possible. Maybe they'll release this in Blu-ray in a box set. I'll grab it. This is the final season, it says right here. So I just answered my own question. And this one has 13 episodes. Daniel Craig. So this is a show that I really enjoyed. I still do to this day. I haven't seen it in a while, but if I'm popping through the channels and I see this on, I'll take a look. Another excellent series that I watched in syndication as a kid, and I still love it to this day. This is The Outer Limits. This is the original series from the 60s. This was season 1 on Blu-ray. It was put out by Kino Lorber. This is a really beautiful set. You get the entire first season, which is 32 episodes in high def, and plus you get a 40-page booklet by David Shaw. And season 1 lasted from 1963 to 1964. It is 1,632 minutes. Comes in a little outer shell. And then on the inside of that is a digipack. Let's see the title there, and open it up. Kind of just flips open. There's, let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 7 discs. There's nothing wrong with your television set. And there's a book. This is kind of like the episode guide. These shows were excellent. They're black and white. They're really good. There was some excellent writing. This was a competitor for the Twilight Zone, which to me, the Twilight Zone was better. And that's only just my opinion. There's no right or wrong answer, but I would prefer the Twilight Zone over this, but I do enjoy this one as well. And I would recommend grabbing this. And season 2, this show only lasted for 2 seasons, which is a shame, but it is what it is, I guess. And this is a much thinner box set than the first one. This is only a 4-disc set. And let me see on the back here. This one has 17 episodes, and then I believe it was canceled. 1964 and 1965. "17 episodes, if I didn't say that already. And then, again, you have another kind of an episode guide. Is that Shatner? Shatner got around pretty good in the 60s. He had his own television show with Star Trek, and then he was on Twilight Zone a few times as well. He was in some of my favorite episodes. But these are really good. These are almost like time pieces, like a time machine when you go back and watch, look how everybody's dressed and how everybody was so proper, and everybody, and it was, I'm not going to get into all that stuff now, but definitely would recommend grabbing The Outer Limits Season 1 and Season 2. And sticking with the Outer Limits theme, I have a box set here. I believe this was from the late 90s into the early 2000s. This was called the Outer Limits, the new series. This was a 6-disc set. Let me see if I was close on the years. Oh, this one says 2005. I could have swore I remembered. I thought this was from the late 90s, but apparently not. But I bought this one used on eBay a few years ago. And this is the DVD set, and it just comes with, it's like 6 containers here, 6 keep cases. And the first one is called Fantastic Androids and Robots Collection. A flipper disc and a little, I think that's just a chapter menu, episode guide. And you can see the titles of each episode. Approximate running time 4 hours 32 minutes. See, now here, down here, it says 1995 to 2000, and that's what I was thinking it was. But on the box set it says 2005. Next one's called Time Travel and Infinity. Sex and Science Fiction. Alyssa Milano, Natasha Henstridge, Nancy Allen. This one's called Aliens Among Us. And the last one is called Death and Beyond. It's a pretty cool cover. Let's see here. These are put up by MGM. So that was my little Outer Limits collection. You got season 1 and 2 from the original series from the 60s, and then this was kind of a, I don't know, reboot, or they tried to kind of renew, get fresh eyes on the genre, I guess, or on the show. But I don't think this was really very popular but I'm still glad to have it. This is from the late 90s, early 2000s. Next is a series I really enjoy, although I've only seen the first 2.5 seasons. This is called American Horror Story. I've watched this season all the way through twice. This is amazing. This is a very well done, well written show. It's creepy. The characters are really good. The acting is spectacular. It's really just fantastic. And it's very dark, a very dark theme to this. This was season 1. It's a 3-disc set. You get 12 episodes. And I really, really enjoyed this one. Season 2 was also very good. It was set in a mental hospital, and it's very creepy, very eerie. Dark theme, dark vibes to this. And it wasn't quite as good as the first season, but it was really good. I would give season 1 like a 9.5 out of 10. I'd probably give this a 9 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. This was a 3-disc set. You get 13 episodes here. American Horror Story Asylum. And then I got into season 3. I got about maybe halfway through this, and I just never went back. I didn't really care too much for this one, although it does have Kathy Bates in it. This is American Horror Story Coven. There's Kathy Bates right there. I just don't like the theme of this one. I'm not going to get into it either. Because it's better to not talk about that kind of stuff here on this channel. But I don't like the theme of this particular season. That's all. And I haven't watched any of the other ones, so I'll just kind of flip through these here really quick. This is season 4, Freak Show, which I heard good things about it. I just haven't seen it. And I'm surprised because I like the Freak Show kind of stuff like that. And then season 5 was Hotel. And then season 6 is Roanoke. And I'm not sure how many seasons came after this, but I do plan on getting them all. I do plan to catch up at some point. But for now, I can only really recommend the first 2. And I really strongly recommend season 1. But both of these are very good. Here's another excellent series, although I've only seen, I think, the first 3 seasons. And I was watching this one when it first came out with my oldest daughter at the time. This show is phenomenal. It has great acting, great music. The dudes, the Winchester boys drive around and always have nice cars, cool cars and stuff. And there's really cool, like, each episode has a different theme, like cryptids or vampires and stuff like that. It's very, very well done. And I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan eventually, I can't remember what season he pops up in as their father, even though they're almost like the same age. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan is only probably maybe 10 years older than Jensen Ackles. But this is a really, really good show. And I have a long way to go to catch up. I have the first 7 seasons, and the reason I bought all these like this is because they were on sale on a Black Friday deal at a Best Buy years ago. Here, I'll show you if I can see if I can find what one of the sticker prices were. Best Buy, they had them for like $48.99, $54.99, and I think on the Black Friday deal they were like $20 each. So if I remember correctly, and that's why I ended up just buying all of them at that time. I think I already had the first 2 seasons though, and then I bought like season 3 through 7. And there's even a anime show about this. I'll show that at the end here. But I'm sure many of you have watched this show. It's really good. And it looks great on Blu-ray. 22 episodes for season 1. It has a fantastic soundtrack. Season 2. Vampires, Ghouls, Ghosts. This one also does have 22 episodes. in season 3, and I think this is where I left off. After season 3, the rest of them are still sealed. That's why I know that I watched the first 3. I don't open my things up until I'm ready to watch them. This one is a 3-disc set. It talks about, there's a bonus feature about their 1967 Chevrolet Impala. If you haven't seen this show, give it a shot. It's really good. That's season 3. I'll just kind of flip through these. Season 4. 22 episodes. Season 5. 22 episodes. Season 6. Is that Jeffrey Dean Morgan? I think it is, but I can't tell. He's in here. I think that's him. And season 7, I guess this was a Walmart exclusive. I don't remember picking this one up. I know I got the other ones at Best Buy. This is a 23 episode 4-disc set. I also have The Walking Dead, but I'm not going to put those in this video. Otherwise, I mean, this is going to be a long video anyway, but The Walking Dead was a really good show when it first started. I thought the first season was not that great, especially with Shane. But once Shane was gone, I thought the show was pretty good, and it kind of went off the rails pretty quick for me. I jumped off of The Walking Dead pretty quick, so I don't have all of those. I think The Walking Dead, though, is probably on par with this. Maybe this was a little better, though. I don't know. And then here's the anime series. I bought this at a Barnes & Noble. And I haven't watched it yet. I just bought it to add it to this collection. And I plan to watch it at some point. But I'm starting to wonder if I'm ever going to watch everything that I have. I have so many things, and I keep adding to it. And time's running out, man. We're not getting any younger, so I don't know. But that was my little Supernatural collection. I have seasons 1 through 7, and then the anime series. I'd be interested to hear if any of you guys like this show. And don't forget, if you have any suggestions for me to watch, please let me know. Here's one of the newer shows that I have, and I watched season 1. I thought it was really good. This is the Shudder original series Creep Show, season 1. And these are really fun. I only have the first 2 seasons, though. I haven't seen season 2 yet. This one comes with the glow-in-the-dark cover. Greg Nicotero. He's excellent. If I remember correctly, I think Adrienne Barbeau was in. It was either the first episode or the second episode. There she is, right there. But this is a really cool show. I need to add to this. I think they're up to like season 5 maybe now, maybe more. And then here's season 2. This one includes a Creep Show animated holiday special. This one has 11 episodes on it. You can see some of the big names that are part of this. Ted Raimi, C. Thomas Howell, Keith David, Molly Ringwald, Barbara Crampton, Justin Long. Justin Long was from, well, he was on a few things, but I liked him in Jeepers Creepers. Kiefer Sutherland. That was season 2. Let's see if they drop names here on season 1. No, I'm not going to look for it, but you can see that it looks pretty good. And I would definitely recommend these. I just have to catch up. I have to finish watching, or start and finish watching season 2 and then grab the other ones. Here's another show that I kind of started but didn't get too far into it, but I would really like to. I think this show has ended now, but this is season 1 of Grimm on DVD. I don't think I finished the first season, but I did watch several episodes of the first season. And there's 22 episodes in here. It's really good. This one has a lot of cryptids and vampires and monsters and demons and ghosts and all kinds of stuff. It's really, really good. But eventually I would like to get all of these on Blu-ray. This is the DVD of season 1. And then I have the Blu-ray of season 2, and that's all I have. Haven't gotten into it yet. Look what they did to this slipcover. They got stickers all over the place. I mean, they literally almost covered up the front cover with stickers. Season 2, 22 episodes. This was kind of a mix between X-Files and Supernatural, I think. I'm not sure which one I like better. It's a tough call between Supernatural and Grimm. It may be Grimm, just a little bit more on the Grimm side, I think, but I recommend the show. If you haven't seen it before, do check it out. The next one here this is a fan-made edition because this show never got an official release yet. This was the television show, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddys Nightmares. And Robert Englund reprised his role as Freddy in this show. And this was a very well done fan-made edition. You get all 44 episodes on Blu-ray quality. And you can see those are all the episodes for season 1. If you want to pause it, do so. And then season 2. And for a fan-made edition, I think this is really good. And the show was canceled after 2 seasons. It wasn't really that popular, but it's fun to watch. This next series here is phenomenal. This is Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I have the first 5 seasons. I'll show you them. To me, this is right up there with Twilight Zone, and these are phenomenal. And even though some of these are from I think most of these are from the 60s, they're phenomenal. They're really, really well done. The acting is great. Of course, the directing is great because it's the master of suspense. But this was a television series. This one has 39 episodes in it. I'm sure most of you have seen this before. And he does like a little, well, he's the host of it, and he'll come in and he'll kind of announce the episode, and then the episode plays out, and he does like a little outro of the episode, and it's usually tongue-in-cheek, or he has some clever things to say, or he'll talk about the episode. It's really, really good. We don't have anything like this today, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV anymore, other than sports and YouTube. That's about it. But let me see here. 16 hours, 43 minutes for season 1. You can see that there's some bonus features there too. I strongly recommend these. And then here's season 2. 39 more episodes. And this one has a bunch of great actors from back in the day. This is like a time machine too. It's like going back, 6 decades or 5 decades, however long this has been out. I think this came out in the 60s, I'm pretty sure. So it's like 60 years old. Got Jessica Tandy, and we just saw her. Oh no, that was Jessica Lange, never mind. Jessica Tandy, Vic Morrow, Rip Torn. Vic Morrow, he was the one that actually died on the Twilight Zone, the movie set. We're going to be talking about Twilight Zone here in a minute. That's season 2. This is season 3, and they come in these little mini skinny packs. And this one has 39 episodes. These box sets came out in 2007. I'll see if I can find a year of when these came out. Hold on one second. So I just Googled it on Wikipedia, and it says that it started in 1955 and ran through 1965. I just wanted to kind of show you some more of the actors who you can see in here. I mean, there's some huge names. Joseph Cotten, William Shatner, Jack Klugman, Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, Fay Wray, Hume Cronin, and these shows are phenomenal. Probably some of the best TV you'll watch. We already went through this. It was 39 episodes, so put that over to the side. And season 4, 36 episodes this time. Brian Keith, Elizabeth Montgomery from Bewitched, Art Carney, Dick York, Leslie Nielsen. This one doesn't really have a lot of special features either, but who cares? I mean, you get all of these great episodes in one nice little box here. I'll show you what these look like. Some of them came with the skinny, this last one we just showed, these have the skinny packs in there, but some of them also came in this digipack style here, and then there's some photos behind. There's Joseph Cotten, one of my favorite actors, one of the greatest to ever do it. Talks a little bit more about each episode. And the last one that I have, I don't know if there's more than this. I think there is, but I'm not sure. Season 5, 38 episodes. Steve McQueen, Dick Van Dyke, Burt Reynolds, William Shatner, Walter Matthau. Really, really good stuff. So that was 5 seasons of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I'm gonna have to do a little research and see if any more came out. I'm pretty sure they did. They have to be more than this. There's maybe 6 or 7 total, I think. Next is another one of my favorite episodes, probably one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and that is the original, The Twilight Zone. This is the complete definitive collection, a 28-disc set put out by Image. This came out in the early 2000s, I think. Hold on. Let's see if I can get the glare off of there. 2004, this came out. And you get all of the episodes housed in these nice little digipacks. And you have seasons 1 through 5, And you can see that this one's 6 discs, 5, 5, 6, 6. I'll just pull one of them out. Let me see. Okay, so we have this huge box. It's not exactly the sturdiest box, but it's okay. I took very good care of this over the years. I've had this for many, many years. I like how it's kind of sparkly and almost like a foil kind of a finish. And I love the way that these things look here too. So here's, I guess we're going backwards. Here's season 5. And they come in these little swing trays, and they have a little episode guide. See the episodes. There's 36 of them. A lot of bonus features. I don't know what this is. This might be a documentary. It says American Masters presents Rod Serling submitted for your approval. And down here, where did I see that? So it's an added. It must be some kind of a documentary, I'm thinking. But there's a lot of actors and actresses who got their start here on this show. So you get to see them when they're very young, before they made a name for themselves. And there were some stars that were huge that just wanted to be part of this. And the writing is just fantastic. That was season 4. This one has 18 episodes. Season 3, 37 episodes. Season 2, 29 episodes. And the first season. "36 episodes. There's a Rod Serling blooper. So that was the Twilight Zone, the complete definitive collection. Now I know that this has a Blu-ray upgrade, and I've contemplated getting it, and I probably will, but this box set is way better than the Blu-ray box set, in my opinion. The Blu-ray box set's just kind of a compact little set. This is kind of glorious here. I really like this. But I'm sure the Blu-ray looks really good though. Black and white looks fantastic on Blu-ray. Next is the Twilight Zone, the complete 80s series that comes in this fat pack. And this is kind of what the Twilight Zone Blu-ray box set looks like. It's just kind of a little mainstream set. But I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it. I just prefer some of the older DVD sets. This actually comes, I think this comes out, doesn't it? Maybe not. But you have all the discs in here. These are all the Twilight Zone episodes from the 1980s. It's a complete series here. Yeah, this just slides out. And then you can actually just take it right out and you can see the episode index. Seasons 1, 2, and 3. I think it got canceled in the middle of season 3. Tom Skerritt. I don't remember who hosted this one, but it says here you get some compelling tales from the minds of Ray Bradbury, Stephen King, Arthur C. Clarke, George R.R. Martin, Wes Craven, William Friedkin, and you get actors like Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, Helen Mirren, Martin Landau. It looks like this aired from 1985 to 1989. 13-disc set. So the next series is another Rod Serling series. He was a writer and host of the Night Gallery. It only lasted 3 seasons. It was another phenomenal show. But you get, I think it's a 3-disc set. Yeah, 3 discs. Comes in this little digipack style packaging, and this is just, oops, shit. Sorry about that. Almost knocked the phone out of my own hand. Just a catalog of some of titles that Universal was selling. But I think this came out in the late 60s, maybe even early 70s. Let me pause it and we'll check that out really quick. You get the original pilot movie and then 20 episodes in season 1. And again, you get some really big names in here, like writers H.P. Lovecraft, Diane Keaton starring in some of these, Joan Crawford, Roddy McDowall, Steven Spielberg. I just looked it up on Wikipedia, and this series came out in 1970 and ran through 1973. So that was season 1. Then season 2 was a little thicker. And this is a 5-disc set. It has 61 stories. They're shorts. I think they're like 15 minutes, maybe, something like that. Created and hosted by the master of mystery, Rod Serling. It says, with guest appearances by Hollywood legends, that reads like a roster of who's who in Hollywood. It's fun to see them when they're younger, or when they're kind of just getting their start. It says 61 stories, but it says 22 episodes. Okay, I gotta be able to get this out. Oh, we'll get it out all right. By hook or crook, we'll get this out. If I have to bang it against the wall, we'll get it out. I'm kidding. I don't throw my stuff around anymore. But there's the discs. There's Rod Serling. Some pretty ominous background images. I'm not going to pull all those out. You guys get the gist of it, but these are really fun. And then they had to go and ruin it because the first 2 were digipacks, and then they give us season 3 in a keep case. If you have a little bit of OCD, it'll drive you nuts. I don't know why they do that, but you get 2 discs. This one had how many episodes? Looks like you get a couple of lost tales from season 2 and for bonus features here. It doesn't say how many episodes, but it's 6 hours, 28 minutes running time. This is probably just a half season that must have gotten canceled. So that was my little Night Gallery collection, seasons 1 through 3. Next is a show called Thriller, and this was another horror anthology from 1960 through 1962. This is the complete series on 14 DVDs, and it was hosted by Boris Karloff. This set's a little beat up. I bought this on eBay probably 15 years ago, and when it came in, it was beat up. So I kind of taped it up And it's been holding up pretty good, I guess. I don't have to repurchase this, but this set was put out by Image, just like the Twilight Zone definitive box set was. Image always does really good stuff. So here's season 1, episodes 1 through 10. There's a quote there at the top from Stephen King saying it's the best horror series ever put on TV. These are pretty good. I think it said the total running time for this whole series was 56 hours. Here's season 2, episodes, or I'm sorry, season 1, episodes 11 through 20. Season 1, episodes 21 through 30. I'll open one of these up so you can see 2 discs, and then it has the episode index. Season 1, episodes 31 through 37. I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas out there. Season 2 had 20 episodes total. Season 1 had 37 episodes and season 2 had 20. So that's a lot of TV to watch. And I would recommend picking this up if you can find it. Pretty cheap. I would imagine this is still pretty cheap. Here's kind of a horror anthology that was on television in the 80s, and it's called Friday the 13th, a series, but it had nothing to do with Friday the 13th, the movie franchise. It didn't have Jason Voorhees or anything like that. It had 3 seasons, 17 discs, 1987 to 1990, the show came out. 54 hours and 35 minutes running time. It comes with a slipcover, which is pretty nice. And then it comes in a fat pack. It's made to look like it's all beat up and worn out. I kind of like these big fat packs like this with the swing trays. And you got the index, episode chapters and stuff in there, and all these discs. This show wasn't the greatest. It was okay. I don't know if it was because I was expecting something from Friday the 13th, but I may have to give it a rewatch. I remember watching it and not thinking it was all that great, but as far as like Tales from the Crypt or shows like that, this is not nearly in that same stratosphere. This is much lower than that, but they're still fun. Next one is called the Ray Bradbury Theater, one of the best horror writers of all time. And this is a 5 DVD set. You get the complete seasons 1 through 6. And it was very similar to like a Twilight Zone or Tales from the Crypt. All of the episodes were creepy and about monsters and ghosts and stuff like that. And again, there was some big name actors and actresses. You got William Shatner, Drew Barrymore, Jeff Goldblum, Peter O'Toole, Eugene Levy, Elliot Gould, and more. But these were pretty fun. This was put up by Echo Bridge, so they stack the discs in here. I'm not going to pull them out, but you can see some of the big name actors and actresses. You can see how young Drew Barrymore was. This is definitely a very fun series, though. I enjoy this. What was the running time on here? 1,610 minutes. The next one is called Tales from the Dark Side, the complete series. You get all 4 seasons in this fat pack, and this one also came with a slipcover put up by Paramount. 12-disc set. The show ran from 1983 to 1988. And then here's the fat pack. Same style. You get the swing trays and you get the index episodes there. I would probably put this in the same ballpark as Friday the 13th. I mean, some of these were pretty good, but they didn't really stand up to like your Alfred Hitchcock, your Ray Bradbury. Tales from the Crypt was better than this. These two are very similar as far as, I would probably give both of these about a 6.5 out of 10. But they're still fun to watch. You pop them on and just check them out. Eat some popcorn, have fun. Here's another anthology television show that had elements of horror, elements of sci-fi, stuff like that. This is called One Step Beyond. And this ran from 1959 to 1961, I believe. And this is the complete 8 DVD set. And they come in these pretty cool little clear plastic trays. You get all 8 discs. It's kind of like a weird little clasp. This little box set's pretty cool. Yeah, I never really saw anything like this before. I've been collecting for a long time. I've never seen a box set like this. But you get the 33 episodes there. Hosted by John Newland. It says before there was Twilight Zone, there was One Step Beyond. Next is a show that I grew up watching in syndication. This is a great series. This is Batman with Burt Ward and Adam West as Batman and Robin. This only lasted 3 seasons, but it seemed like it was on forever. They showed it on syndication, and it was always on. This was another great show that had a lot of celebrity cameos and stuff in here. There's been a couple different box sets of this. I know that there was one that came with the die-cast Batmobile. I really wanted that one at first, but it was pretty expensive. And I think I ended up buying this one for like $20 or something like that. It was used. So here's the episode guide. This is a really fun show. Great characters. It was cheesy. There was like the dancing. What was it called? The Bat-Toozy or whatever. But it was a fun show. It was good for kids after school to come home and watch that. But you got season 1, season 2, and 3. Is that Lee Merriweather? Catwoman. Alfred. There's the Riddler. Frank Gorshin. Is that his name? Meow. Goodness. Goodness gracious. There's Egghead. What the hell? What? Oh. Vincent Price. And there's everybody's favorite, the Joker. Cesar Romero. So this is one I definitely recommend. I know it's a little bit different from all the other stuff I was showing, which was kind of like horror, sci-fi, anthology stuff, but I wanted to add this one to the video just to give you some suggestions. Okay, friends, so our time here is coming to an end. I hate to say it, but I only have a couple more things to show, and one of them is this Unsolved Mysteries box set, and I have the complete series of the X-Files. We'll go through those and then we'll wrap this up. This was a box set that I bought off of the website. I think it was the Lifetime website years ago, and I think this was pretty limited because these are going for huge, ridiculous money on the secondary markets. This is the premium collector's box set. You get 24 discs, 36 hours of Unsolved Mysteries. These are the ones that were hosted by Robert Stack, the original OG. But I like the ones that were hosted by Dennis Farina too. I thought those were really good. But in this set, these are all they're kind of broken up into categories. So this one here is Ghosts. There's 4 discs for the Ghosts segment. And Miracles, there's what? Another 4 discs for Miracles. And there's 4 discs for Bizarre Murders. There's 4 discs for UFOs. Four discs for Strange Legends. I can sit all day and watch these, and I have before. Just marathon these. Somebody put a bunch of these on YouTube. There's 4 discs for Psychics. And there's 2 strays. There's one called Psychics. That's 1 disc, and there's one called, oh no, I'm sorry. Psychics had 4 discs. This was the one that had 1 disc. It's called Treasures and Ghosts. It says new segments never before available on DVD. I don't know if they'll ever release a full box set of these. I hope they do. But until then, I'm pretty happy with this box set. But again, you can watch a lot of these here on YouTube. Somebody uploaded a bunch of those. So this is the last segment here, and this is one of my favorite television shows of all time. I've seen every episode several times by now. And I bought a bunch of these on Amazon a few years ago, probably like 7 or 8 years ago now. These were on sale a long time ago, and I think I was getting these for like $20 a piece. But I have season 9, which is 20 episodes. It's a 6-disc set. I'm going backwards now. Season 8, 21 episodes on 6 discs. Season 7, 22 episodes on 6 discs. Season 6, 22 episodes. Season 5, 20 episodes. Season 4, 24 episodes. Three, 24 episodes. And then this was another kind of an OCD thing. So all of the ones that I just showed you are pretty uniform. They're about the same size, same weight. I mean, they feel pretty good. They're all, I mean, they look good on the shelf that way. And all of a sudden they throw this big fat bastard in there. This is season 2. I couldn't find it any other way other than this big set. I don't know why they did that. Little things like that kind of irk me, but I mean, it is. What are you gonna do? It's season 2, AKA the fat bastard. And then here's season 1. And then they rebooted it years later, and they called it The X-Files, the Event Series. When was this? 2016. They came back out. And this one has, it says, after 14 years after the original series, the next chapter, 6-episode event. And then I have the 2 movies. I just keep them with the series. This was called The X-Files, I Want to Believe, and Fight the Future. So that's going to do it. Hopefully I was able to give you some ideas. Hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, if you have any suggestions for me, please feel free to jot those down in the comments section. And we lost Heidi again, but guess who's here? Old Faithful. That's a good dog, man. Really good dog. All right, take care. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh, did you hear me? Did you hear the end of the video? You want to go outside? Want to go get the squirrel? All right, let's go get the squirrel. Come on. I just Wikipedia'd it.